Okay, let me share back the screen. Okay, now we are back in this question. Okay, can you see the screen? Okay, now 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. Okay, sorry about the technical difficulty. Dina, are you there, Dina? Dina, can you keep let's have an interactive session. Okay, it will be good if you leave on your camera so we can see each other. Okay, maybe each of you read one statement for me. One of you read one statement. Shamin, can you read the statement A?
They exist as pure substance in nature.
They exist as pure substances in nature. Is this correct? Elements exist as pure substances in nature. Okay, we come to that later. Okay, statement B, Aaron.
They are consistent in the periodic table.
Periodic table. Have you learned about the periodic table? Have you learned about it? Haven't yet. Periodic table. So let me see if there's a periodic table here. There's a periodic table. This one. Have you learned about this table before? This table, the one that you see here. Periodic table of elements. Have you learned before? You all need to respond to me. If not, I don't know. I'm like talking to myself. So have you learned this before? Okay, unmute yourself and respond. Learn this, haven't learned before. So this is the periodic table of elements. Okay, it's where all you put elements compound together. Put together. Okay, so you have columns. So here are columns. We call this groups. Okay, if you put down here, these are groups. Group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4. So these are called groups. And we also have periods. So these are periods. This is period 1, period 2, period 3, period 4, and so on and so forth. So you can see there are hydrogen. H is hydrogen is here. And there's helium. He is helium. There's lithium. There's beryllium. Okay, there's also boron. There's carbon. And so on and so forth. They're all put together side by side in a periodic table. Okay. Okay, now let's go back to the question. Okay, now statement C. Statement C, Chin Hei. Hei Yin. Can you read statement C for us?
They can be broken down into simpler substances.
They can be broken down into simpler substances. Is this true? Is it correct? Is it correct? They can be broken down into simpler substances. You think it's correct? Can be broken down. Yeah. Elements, can they be broken down into simpler substances? Broken down. So what kind of things can be broken down into simpler substances? What kind of things have you learned? They can be broken down into simpler substances. Okay. Elements is like you break it down into the smallest form possible. You cannot break it down anymore. That's elements. So elements cannot be broken down into simpler substances. They are the simplest already. Simplest. Okay. And last but not least, Dina, can you read statement D for us?
They can only exist at solids at room temperature and pressure.
Is that true?
No.
No. Why is it not true? They can only exist. Okay, keyword is only. You see this word here? You see the word only?
No.
Here. Only is here. You see the word only here?
Yeah.
So when you say only, when in science, every time in science you see the word only, you be very careful. Because only can change the meaning of the whole sentence. Once you put the word only. So they say they can only exist as solids at room temperature and pressure. Room temperature and pressure. So this room temperature and pressure, right? There's a short form for it. Okay, it's got RTP. So when you see the short form RTP, it means room temperature and pressure, RTP. Okay, they can only exist as solids at room temperature and pressure. So it is not true, right? Because elements can exist in liquids as well. Look at mercury. Mercury. You know what is mercury? The liquid that you see in thermometers. Anyway, now they don't use that. They don't use that liquid thermometer anymore. You ever seen a thermometer before? The one with the liquid mercury inside the bulb. Thermometer. You ever seen it before? Liquid thermometer. Let me see if I can have a screen. Okay. Yeah, these are thermometers. Have you seen before? Like this type. Thermometer. Inside this part here. This part here, this bulb here. This is where the liquid mercury is. Okay, so they exist as liquid in room temperature and pressure. And they're also gases. Oxygen, hydrogen, these are gases. They exist as gases at room temperature and pressure. Okay. Let me share back this screen. So the first one, can you all type? Can you access the chat box? The chat box. Can you each type in your answer for question 1? What is what do you think is the answer for question 1? Can you type in? Let me see. Can you type to everyone? Share to everyone. Instead of to myself, only share to everyone, so we all can see your answer. So, Yin, can you share to everyone?
I don't think we can share to everyone.
Cannot, you only can share to me. Oh, okay. And then never mind, then you share to me lah. Share to me. I can share here. Yin said B. Yin said B. Charmaine said B. Okay, B. How about Aaron? Aaron, what do you think is the answer? A. They exist as pure substances in nature. In nature. The keyword is in nature. In nature. When I say in nature, it means happen in nature. It's not in the lab. So Dina say A. How about Aaron? Does it happen in nature? Aaron, what do you think is the answer? Aaron, are you there? Hello, Aaron. Oh, Aaron, are you there? Oh, the screen froze. I can't see Aaron. Aaron, what do you think is the answer? No, Aaron is not responding. Aaron, are you there? Okay. So this question, the answer is B. Okay, B. Answer is B. They are classified in the periodic table. So in the periodic table, you can see that they are arranged in a atomic number. Okay, atomic number 1, 2, so on and so forth. 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. Okay, it cannot be A because in nature, you have carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide, for example, is a compound. So compound, and they can also exist as impure substances like ore, iron ore, or they can exist as mixtures in nature. Okay, not necessary elements must all be pure in nature, because the keyword here is in nature. And then in nature, they are pure substances. So this is in nature. Yeah, pure substances is false. A is false. Can it be broken down into simpler substance? Cannot, because it's elements. Elements is already the simplest form. Okay, it can exist as liquids as well, not just solids at room temperature and pressure. So the answer is B. Okay, they are classified in the periodic table. The answer is B. Okay, can I move on? Okay, let's see whether you're responding. Can you type something in the chat box? Type something. Type the word something. Chat box. Can you type chat box? Type something. Okay. Hey Yin has typed something. Okay, Charmaine has typed. Aaron, are you there, Aaron? Dina, okay, type something to me. Type something. Say there need to be some interaction. Dina, can you type something? Something. Okay, Aaron, are you there, Aaron? Can you type something? Chat box, the Zoom chat. Okay, Aaron, I can see you're typing. I can see anything you type. So far, you haven't typed anything yet. Are you able to access the chat? Okay. Because of time, you need to move on. Okay, let's look at the next question. Okay. Oops. Look at the next question. Okay. Look here. Which of the following is not an element? The keyword here is not an element. Which one is not an element? Is iron an element? Iron. You learn in the iron, is it an element? You learn in your textbook. Element. So iron is an element. How about water? Water is an element. Iron, the symbol, scientific symbol element is Fe. Fe. Okay, and we have water. Water is the element. Water, the scientific symbol is H2O. Is H2O an element? H2O, is it an element? Carbon is C. C. And oxygen is O. O2 actually, because it's 2 diatomic particle, O2. So we have Fe, we have carbon, we have oxygen, we have water. So which one is not an element? Not. Obviously it is. Okay, can you type in your answer in the chat box? What do you think your answer is? Type in the chat box. A, B, C, or D? Okay, Charmaine said B. Ayin said B.